Okay, we have a rational equation inequality actually. Those are pretty nasty to solve. They're difficult and they're long, they're messy. But the big idea is you have to divide the number line. Let's take a look at how we solve those one. So long you focus on the process, you won't be stumbled on those on the test. So let's talk about how to solve rational equations. Okay, or actually, this one is actually inequality. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is going to move this one to one side, and we're going to solve the something bigger than 0. So x minus 3, x plus 4, minus x plus 2, x minus 5. This one we want to solve. This one is equivalent to this one. Okay. From here, we're going to have a common denominator. This is what I was talking about, the messy part. Okay, so it's long and it's tedious. So you have x minus 3 times x minus 5 over here, because the common denominator, the part that's missing for this chunk is x minus 5, minus x plus 2 times x plus 4. Okay, that's the chunk that's missing on this side. So basically, what I did is I converted this one into a top and bottom. I multiply by x plus 4, x plus 4 on the bottom. Top times top becomes this. Bottom times bottom becomes this whole thing. So I combine two steps in one. Okay, if it doesn't make sense, pause the video right now and go have a common denominator, and you'll see you have this thing. Next thing to do is we're going to clean this up a little bit. Now I've been doing this for a little while, so I can see this one a little quicker. If you're not quite sure, pause the video and go back check, so I can keep the video a little bit shorter than I would be otherwise. So in this case, I'll have a minus 8x and plus 15 for the first one, minus x squared plus I'll have a 6x and plus 8 for the second one. Okay, on the bottom, I'm not going to bother to multiply it out, because in the end, I will have to use those information and separate my number lines into different regions. Okay, now I need to clean the top up a little bit. The best way to do this one is do it on the side, so that you don't mess your work up at the same time. Minus x squared here, minus 6x, so that later on you can check your work a lot easier. What I did is I distributed the minus sign in there. This one cancels out. I have a minus 14x, and then I have a plus 7. Okay, so that's what I have on top. I have a minus 14x plus 7 divided by x plus 4, x minus 5. Okay, now I want this inequality to be bigger than 0. Okay, now so far it's just the long and tedious part. Now here comes the more hard part, or more difficult part. The thing you have to do is looking at this inequality, this rational equation. Rational just means two polynomials are dividing each other. What we're going to have to do is, there's no other quicker way to do this. We're going to have to divide the number line into a couple sections. Okay, when x plus 4 equal to 0, that gives you 1 point you need to look at it when x equal to minus 4. So let's go there and put our x equal to minus 4 over here. Okay, next one I need it. This is where my 0 is. Next one I'm going to take a look is when x equal to minus 5 equal to 0. So I have x equal to 5. Let's put a 5 on this side. Okay. Let's move this one out a little bit. So the regions I have on my number line that I need to look to for this inequality to happen, I need to examine this chunk when x is less than minus 4, between minus 4 and 0, between 0 and 5 onward. Okay, something bigger than 5. So this is the part you need to keep track of signs for each one. What I mean by signs of that one. Let's go slowly for the first region. When x is less than minus 4, what I want to do is, if you can't see this, you're more than welcome to pick a number. Okay, minus 10, for example. But in my head, this is what I can see. Okay, I'm going to examine the signs for each one. For this chunk, x minus 4, if the number I'm picking is on this side, it doesn't matter which number you pick, x plus 4 is going to be less than 0. I just might write a minus sign. That negative chunk is going to multiply by something minus, say minus 10, minus 5. It's still going to be a negative. Okay, so far on my bottom, I have a negative times a negative. That's a positive thing because we're looking for something to be bigger than 0. Let's look on top. I have a minus 14 times minus 10 plus 7. That's going to be a negative also. Uh-oh, I have 3 negative signs. So this chunk is not going to be my solution. Okay, let's check on the next section over here. Let's say we pick a 1. Okay, number is 1. So on the bottom, I have 1 plus 4. That's a plus. Okay. 1 minus 5, that's a negative sign. On the top, I have negative 14 times a number in between here, plus 7. I'll have a negative sign. Okay, does that make sense so far? So let's say I pick up minus 1 here. My apology. So it's minus 1 here. Let's make sure I got it right. So if it's smaller than 4, a minus 1 times this is positive junction. This chunk, x minus 5, that's a negative. This is a negative sign. Negative 1 times this one, actually that becomes a positive sign. Because if I have negative 1 times negative 14, that's a positive number, right? Positive plus 7. So far I have plus plus, oh, I have another minus here. So this junction is a no. It will not satisfy. Let's see, because I'm the next level here. Let's pick a positive 1 here this time. Okay, positive 1 here. I have a positive for this chunk. X plus 4 is positive. Okay, multiplied by, if it's 1 minus 5, that's a negative. So any number I pick it between 0 and 5, I'll have a negative here. If I have a positive here, so minus 14 times positive 1, that's a negative number. Plus 7, I have a negative. All right, I have a negative, negative, and this section will fit because I have a negative divided by a negative. That's a positive. Okay, one more junction we need to check. Let's say we pick a 10 over here, positive 10. So my x plus 4, I'll have a positive very easily. Okay, x minus 5, I'll have a positive very easily as well. However, minus 14 up here, minus 14 times positive 10, that's a negative number. Okay, so this junction is a no as well. So here comes my solution. Is only this one is the okay section. Okay, so solution set for this particular problem, it goes from 0 to 5. Okay, so here's the answer. It's a little long, it's a little tedious, but it's a very important type of problem. Have a confident day.